All right, now reporting from inside Syria has been extremely difficult. Foreign correspondents are largely restricted in their reporting there. Al Jazeera's Anita McNaught is at the Turkish-Syria border force, and she joins us now live from the town of Yayladagi. Anita, I know it's been extremely difficult to know exactly what's happening inside Syria, but this operation in Jazeera al-Shughur was expected, of course.
It was indeed, and what we're knowing now, we know from Syrian state TV. They're telling us that armed units are moving on the town of Jazeera al-Shughur. They're also saying that armed gangs are burning the fields around Jazeera al-Shughur. What that provides, whoever's doing it, is a smokescreen for whatever's going to happen inside. But there is no question that the crackdown that the Syrian government is planning is going to be immense. We've had reports from inside Syria of tanks moving there. We know from people who've spoken from there on the phone to people here in Turkey and beyond that some of the villages have nearly emptied of population, that there are people bracing themselves for some kind of conflict. People have erected barricades where they can there. The Syrian military, of course, very well equipped, very well armed. So some kind of showdown imminent in this area. Of course, there's history here, Folly. It's 1980. The last time that the Syrian government bombed Jazeera al-Shughur to deal with a Muslim Brotherhood uprising back then. So these people here are not exactly unused to conflict with Damascus.
Right, and of course many fear that what's happening in Jazeera al-Shughur could, of course, be reminiscent of the Hama massacre. Tell us about the refugees, Anita, who've been fleeing across the border there to where you are. I think you're behind a refugee camp right now. Have you been able to get any information from them as to what exactly happened in Jazeera al-Shughur?
Well, this morning it was hand signals between us and then the other side of the fence. We're working on something, shall I say. I think everyone here is working on something because the situation here is quite frankly ridiculous and unsustainable. The people here should be able to speak to us if they want to. They know what's going on. They are the people of Jazeera al-Shughur. It's their relatives, those who are left behind, who are involved in this crackdown. They have mobile phones. They're in contact with people in Syria. They need to speak. We need to be able to speak to them. We also know there are potentially many, many more refugees who are just the other side of the Turkey border inside Syria. Obviously, no one wants to leave their home and their homeland unless they absolutely have to. And they will be appraising the situation right now. Do they cut their ties? Do they leave everything behind with the risk that what they leave behind is lost to them, with the risk that they get stuck here in Turkey and can't return? Potentially the trickle that yesterday turned into a stream could, if this military operation becomes as serious as it's feared it might, turn into a flood. That's very real. Certainly the Turkish government are involved in a construction effort, now a rapid one, they're good at that, to accommodate at least another 5,000 refugees. The situation could become a lot more serious.
Okay, thank you very much, Anita McNaught in Yayladagi at the Turkish-Syria border there for us. Let's now cross to Al Jazeera's Rula Amin, who is in neighboring Lebanon, also monitoring the situation in Syria for us. Rula, as Anita was just saying there, what happened in Jazeera al-Shughur remains shrouded in confusion. The government has blamed the deaths, of course, on armed groups, but there are also reports of a mutiny within the security forces there. What are you hearing from your sources?
Well, we are hearing reports of some defections. These reports are coming from the activists and the opposition. The Syrian government denies them. We don't know what is the extent of these defections, how widespread, how big, how many. It's very hard to verify. From diplomatic sources inside Syria and from other sources, it seems that there are some defections, but so far it's not at a scale that threatens the unity of the security forces or threatens the regime.
And of course, today is Friday, Rula, and there are protests that are expected in Syria and elsewhere in the Arab world. What exactly are we expecting today as far as the demonstrations in the country?
Well, Friday has become the crucial day where we should measure how widespread are the demonstrations. Did they calm down? Are they spreading? And today, in 2 hours, the Friday noon prayers end, and then the protests start. Today, the activists said they are calling it the Friday of the clans, meaning the tribes. Syria is a society that is composed of many different sects, of many different tribes, of many different religions. And every Friday, it seems the activists and the opposition is trying to rally more portions of the society. So every Friday is dedicated to one specific issue. This Friday, it's for the clans, and in a way they want to pay respect, and they want to encourage they want to pay respect for those tribes that took part in the revolution, in the uprising, like the people of Dar'a, which the tribes constitute a good portion of that society, and they played a very significant role in that uprising. So they want to pay respect and give credit. At the same time, they want to encourage other tribes. Now, this Friday, the issue this Friday caused some controversy among the activists themselves, because some secular and intellectuals who are part of the opposition opposed this idea and said in 1956 Syria abolished this kind of relying on the tribal system, and we don't want to go back to it. There was some go back and forth debate. At the end of the day, it was still called the Friday of the Clans, trying to rally more tribes in Syria to support the uprising.
Okay, thank you very much, Rula. Amin, monitoring the situation in Syria for us.